presentation and training with regards to the EMA and MHRA inspections and how to prepare for them and some techniques to use when actually going through the inspections themselves. So about myself, I've been in the industry for over 25 years. I'm an expert in GCP, good clinical practices, pharmacovigilance, data management, statistics, and computer system validation auditing. My career started at Merck. Eventually went independent, and now I own my own company, which has been in place for the last 5 years, with offices in Europe and the United States, full-time employees, and our activities are solely with regards to auditing activities and consulting and preparing clients for any imminent inspections. My background includes that I have been part of the Society of Quality Assurance in the United States. I actually helped write some of the pre-test questions for the GCP certification program. I also have helped in developing QA auditing standards across different societies, including the USSQA, the UK division known as the Research Quality Assurance, and the Japan Society of Quality Assurance. So I have many years that I can share with you. With regards to what we're doing today, one of the questions is, in what division or department do you work in, or what functionality might you have with regards to the reason why you want to participate on this training? So in reality, this training would be helpful and beneficial to any of these departments, including clinical operations, quality, compliance, safety, regulatory affairs, data management, and regulatory, and actually, even if you work in a regulatory agency, just to understand what sponsors are supposed to be doing and preparing for. What is today's webinar about? Well, we'll talk about the differences and responsibilities of the regulatory agencies. One thing we're not doing with regards to today's webinar is actually going through what FDA does, because there are differences in their standards of inspecting. However, the standard of preparing for an inspection does not change, regardless of whether you have an imminent EMA, MHRA, FDA, or any other agency coming in to inspect you. So we will talk about the similarities and differences of the European inspectors, their inspection standards, preparation, and we'll talk about why it's considered a competition, inspection timelines, and the inspection dossiers. We're also going to talk about having your trial master files ready, how to manage and communicate serious breaches to the inspectorates, or rather to the regulatory agencies, and common inspection questions that might come up during the actual inspections. So we're going to describe how to be inspection ready, the differences and similarities of the inspectorates, identify tools to prepare the organization, know how to mitigate inspection findings, and identify which records should be made available for the inspection. What does MHRA stand for? It's Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency. It's the equivalent in the UK to the FDA in the USA. The EMA, on the other hand, is the regulatory authority for the entire European Union, which includes the UK. For the moment, the UK is still part of the European Union. However, it is on its way out. There is Brexit in place, and each EU member state has its own regulatory authority. So MHRA is just a small part of the entire EMA. MHRA is one agency that the EU has in place to go and do inspections. So we'll move on. This picture is actually the front of the MHRA. It's actually located, as you can see, that bottom line says Buckingham Palace. It's on Buckingham Street, and their responsibilities are that they review and approve clinical trials conducted in the UK. They inspect CROs, sponsors, investigator sites in the UK. They also look at academic organizations. So we are talking about universities that have clinical trials running. They also look at phase 1 units, and there's a system to actually get certified by the MHRA in order to participate as a phase 1 unit. They are reviewing marketing applications made directly to the MHRA. They also inspect system-based. They're not linked necessarily to submissions. So if you have a clinical trial, let's say it's a phase 2, it has not been submitted for marketing application approval as yet, there's no reason that the MHRA cannot come out and inspect you in the meantime. They can inspect anywhere in the world. However, it's not really typical unless they are part of the EMA doing global inspections. So MHRA actually tends to stick to the UK and the firms that are actually there. As I said before, they are part of the EMA inspectors working group. And one thing to really know is they've been around for a really long time, and they are the experts really that have helped quite a lot of the other European Union states come up to speed with doing inspections. So they are very focused, they are very proactive, and they have a strong voice within the EU and getting some of those regulations in place.